Hello everyone, my name is Manav and I am a legal intern at ubAdvocate under the esteemed guidance of Jeevan Prakash Sir, Advocate on Record, Supreme Court. Today I am going to discuss a very important commercial topic relating to contracts which allow a restriction on the fundamental right to free trade. Freedom of trade and commerce is a right protected by the Constitution of India under Article 19(1)(g). Just as the legislature cannot take away individual freedom of trade, so also the individual cannot barter it away by agreement. The principle of law states that public policy requires every man shall be at the liberty to work for himself and shall not be at the liberty to deprive himself or the state of his labor, skill or talent by any contract that he enters into. Every man should have the liberty to exercise his powers and capacities for his own and the community's benefit. Therefore, Section 27 of the Indian Contracts Act declares in very plain terms that every agreement by which anyone is restrained from exercising a lawful profession, trade, or business of any kind is to that extent void. The rule itself is stringent enough that it does not allow even a partial restraint of trade. But there is an exception, and that exception is the sale of goodwill. But how do we even define goodwill? In terms of Lord Eldon, goodwill is nothing but the probability of an old customer returning to an old place. Even we, in our practical lives, can see the application of goodwill. Everyone has a certain preference, and sometimes these preferences are specific to a certain place. It may be our favorite burger joint or our reliable pharmacist. We are much likely to return to these specific places, and returning customers, or as we say, goodwill, is a saleable commodity. It is just like an intangible asset which can be bought or sold at a price. Sale or purchase of goodwill is not just in the interest of the individual but also in the interest of the society, as it creates value for the society and the economy, and that is why it is allowed. This exception incentivizes an individual to work harder to create a saleable asset of goodwill. Balancing between goodwill and restraint of competition is a very important task for the courts to undertake. In order to decide on the cases of restraint of trade, the fundamental question asked by the court is that is this provision of restricting trade to regulate or to restrain competition? As avoiding competition cannot be allowed, but a regulation of competition can be allowed. Thank you.